Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having me again. I love your congregation, and it's an honor every time you ask me to come speak to you. I want to read the sermon that I wrote for you, and I want to begin by sending my love to each of you for the tension and the fear that you likely experienced for days tracking that massive Hurricane Milton as it approached your area earlier this week. That must have been threatening to your nervous systems, so I acknowledge that. And I'm sorry too for the devastation that both hurricanes brought to Florida. Please know that the rest of the country is with you and that we are holding you close to our hearts. My family is also in Florida. They are in the Tampa area, and so as I was preparing for this sermon, it was interesting to even think about the holidays with so much that is weighing us down. How can we be thinking about the holidays in the midst of all these disasters and all this grief and uncertainty that we are feeling? Normally, we gather on the holidays to celebrate with light and decorations and gifts and food. But this year, many of us are feeling the weight of the world in our shoulders, Whether it's because of the aftermath of so many natural disasters or the ongoing global conflicts or the upcoming US elections or our own personal struggles that we are each carrying. It's a lot. How can we gather? How can we celebrate? We are fatigued. In fact, because new trauma can activate past trauma, some of us are even having memories or flashbacks of other tragedies that happened to us in the past. Or perhaps all fear, all grief is resurfacing. For example, as I was watching the news, some of the images from the hurricane brought back memories of all the hurricanes I survived living in Cuba for the first 21 years of my life. And it was difficult to remember that. It was difficult to remember experiencing that. But thankfully, I also remember the neighbors coming together after each storm to cook together over a bonfire, things that we would just throw in a pot, whatever people had in their house. I had so many stories that I have told over the last 30 years living in this country of those times. I could gather and put together a small collection of hurricane stories that I have been writing and delivering for 30 years. And in all those stories, you'll find both the terror and the togetherness, the power of the storm and the power of the community. This is what I know. This is what I've always known. As mammals, as social beings, we humans need to gather together, especially during times such as this. So let us not forget about the holidays just yet. Let us remember the importance of coming together. And let us remember that we are nature too, that we have nature's medicine in us, and that each of us has a role to play in the healing of our families, of our communities, and our ecosystems. How we show up in our communities during times such as these matters tremendously. Yet with the holidays approaching, many of us are feeling like we have to rethink our gatherings. In fact, many of us have been feeling disconnected from the holidays for a while. Yes, the holidays can be joyful, but they can also feel fake or even forced. We often feel the pressure to perform, to wear a mask of politeness, to present ourselves in a particular way to please others. And that can be stressful. Many of us have been feeling that for a while. The way I hear people say it is this. They say, the holidays are not what they used to be anymore. And there is grief in that statement. There's even a loss of innocence. But perhaps they shouldn't be as they used to be. because so much is changing. The fabric of our society is changing. These are times of tremendous cultural change. So we are invited now to rethink the holiday gatherings. And I have a vision. What if we make the holidays real? What if we gather in whatever way feels sustainable and we give one another permission to be who we are and where we are? What if we bring something real and necessary to the community table? The gift of our soul medicine, of our natural resources. My ministry over the last few years have focused on guiding people from soul loss to soul recovery. And now I see that that is happening on a global scale. We are undergoing a similar process. As a collective, we have lost touch with the soul of the world, the deep connection to our shared humanity and to the living spirit of the earth. And we are now striving to recover that before it's too late. The soul of the world is made up of the billions of individual souls who inhabit this planet. And our collective healing begins with each of us reclaiming our soul and then sharing its medicine with our families and our friends and our larger community. This is what I believe. I believe in the human soul, in the beauty of the human soul, in the power of the human soul, in the medicine of the human soul. I believe that our authenticity is a gift from Mother Nature herself. And so when we bring our soul medicine to the holiday table, we offer healing to those around us. I have come to believe that we human beings are truly contagious. Our joy is contagious. Our excitement is contagious. Our outrage is contagious. Our dysregulation is contagious. And our grounding presence is also contagious. Our peace is contagious. Some bring joy, some bring optimism, some bring harmony, some bring wisdom. What is natural to you? What do you bring? What is natural? What springs forth from within that you can give to your community? Your soul medicine is a natural resource. Is a gift implanted in you by Mother Nature, in my opinion. And it's a gift that you can bring to your chosen family this holiday season. This year and from now on, I want to prepare for the holidays not by spending hours shopping and putting fancy clothes on and makeup. I want to prepare by grounding my nervous system, by tuning in to my truth, by finding my soul medicine. Your presence, when rooted in your authentic truth, is an anchor. When you fully accept and embody who you are offering us the chance to do the same. The full acceptance of our nature is a beautiful gift that we can give to ourselves and to one another. It's actually a deeply healing gift, that acceptance. When we feel seen and accepted by ourselves and by others, is deeply healing. So let this be a season of authenticity, of real connection and of healing, beloveds. Let your soul medicine be the grounding force that helps others find peace amidst all this chaos. And let us also remember about wholeness, about the many parts that we carry inside. Yes, some parts are tired, some parts are grieving, and can all our parts have a seat at the table? What I'm proposing is realness, getting away from fakeness, from the fakeness of the past holiday seasons and of old family dynamics that do not serve us anymore. What I'm proposing is a nervous system that can relax in the presence of others. Imagine for a moment a holiday gathering where everyone is trying to be someone they are not, where the focus is on perfection rather than presence. Perfection rather than presence. I would imagine that in that holiday gathering, there is a tension in the air, like a subtle undercurrent of stress energy. Now imagine the same gathering, but instead everyone is rooted in their own authenticity. People are relaxed, they're comfortable, and they're present. The energy in the room is warm and connected. There's this vibing going on between people. So that's what I envision. How can we bring our real human to our real human interactions this holiday season? How can we avoid abandoning parts of ourselves in order to fit in? How can we be vulnerable and share parts of us that need to be seen, that need to be held, that need to be supported? And again, what natural resources can we bring as a gift? Because not to put any pressure on you, but I believe that our gifts were not given for us alone. They were given to us to also share with the community. So it's a civic practice, in my opinion, to tune into those gifts, to cultivate those gifts, to be mindful about those gifts. The way I see it, this is our sacred responsibility. And so a couple more questions for you to ponder, for you to ask yourself. How can I show up as fully and as authentically as possible? What may I need to do in order to feel grounded in my own truth before attending? And it's important to acknowledge too that we are human, of course, that there are moments when we feel less than grounded. And that's okay. Being authentic doesn't mean being perfect. We're trying to get away from perfectionism. It simply means being real, being present with whatever is true for us in the moment. By grounding ourselves in the moment in this way, by honoring our own needs, and by showing up as we are, we create that atmosphere of real connection, which is what we are craving. Again, let this be a season of realness and connection where the gift of authenticity is honored and celebrated. As you gather with loved ones, know that your soul medicine is a gift that has the power to transform the space. It has a grounding, earthing force because it's a force of nature. You are a force of nature. So your soul medicine has this grounding effect on the group. Remember that. May you and yours welcome one another with open arms, with authenticity, in the fullness of your being as you gather together. May it be so. I send you beauty and peace and love, and I hope to be with you again soon.